Good morning. Welcome to Inside Talk Show. Inside Talk Show, it's an inside job. I'm Carla Elizondo. Happy Friday. Continuing the reading of James Allen, Out from the Heart. Finishing up chapter 2, The Nature and Power of Mind. We left off yesterday. To condemn others as evil and to curse at outside conditions as the source of evil increases and does not lessen the world's suffering and unrest. The outer is but the shadow and effect of the inner. And when the heart is pure and all outward things are pure. All growth in life is from within outward. All growth and life is from the inside outward. All decay and death is from without inward. This is the universal law. All evolution proceeds from within. All evolution, all growth, all new ideas, all future solutions, all innovative ideas come from within out, not from without in. We have it backwards. We've been taught that way, but now we are learning new ways. All evolution proceeds from within. All adjustments must take place within. All adjustments, all solutions, all fixes, all healing must take place from within if you want to see it without. This is the hardest thing to get. I personally struggle with this. I do. All adjustments must take place within. He who ceases to strive against others and employs his powers in the transformation, regeneration, and development of his own mind, converses his energies and preserves himself. And as he succeeds in harmonizing his own mind, he leads others to consideration and charity into a like blessed state. So as a person succeeds in harmonizing, alchemizing, cleansing their side of the street, their mind, cleaning up what's dirty inside, given life circumstances, everything that happens to us, we must be that filter. Whatever life has been handed to us, whatever life is handed to us, we must sift out, clean, and make good. Find a way. That's our work, and it is work. And you can tell who does the work and who doesn't. You know, when we say, they're just a mess, it's actually sad. It's tragic. We should have love and compassion for people who are hot messes, who are wild and just popping off at the mouth. I mean, it's really hard because they can wreak havoc, but getting upset and fighting them will only put fuel on their fire and give power to their insanity. That's why I always focus within. When you see someone acting a fool, you turn the other cheek. You really do. I mean, unless they are actively, and we've said this before, unless they are actively like killing. Of course, we have systems in place to protect the population from an imminent threat. But this is just everyday people on social media, on the news, at the bank, at the grocery store, on the freeway, at work, in your home. So he who ceases to strive against others and employs his own powers in the transformation, regeneration, and development of his own mind, conserves his energies and preserves himself. And as he succeeds in harmonizing his own mind, he leads others by consideration and charity into a blessed likened state. The way of enlightenment and peace is not gained by assuming authority and guidance over other minds, but by exercising a lawful authority over one's own mind and by guiding oneself in pathways of steadfast and lofty virtue. The way to enlightenment and peace, is not by gaining or assuming authority over other people or their minds, but by exercising the law and authority over their own. A lot of people think, I want to do really big things. I thought this too. One of my mentors really just slapped it to me in such a good way. It was so humbling. You want to fulfill your purpose. You want to be all you can be. You want to be given really, really big deals and big stages and all these ears and eyes. You want followers. You really, really want to fully, help others. Girl, you can't even help yourself. If you don't have your stuff right, what makes you think you will be given the opportunity or the authority? People do. They push it and they force it. But what happens? It just adds to the flames and the fire of the shit show that is you. Think about people right now that have whatever they believe in, are full of piss and vinegar, rage and anger, blaming, finger pointing, because they have some fearless leader who has 1 million followers and who is just preaching this stuff. And people just follow it. But unfortunately, those are the loudest people, and that's what gets the attention, and that's what makes the money. I was just thinking this morning, people like Eckhart Tolle. That's a quiet dude. That's a quiet, peaceful dude. He talks slow, but so wise. And of course, he does have a lot of followers, but he's not loud. And you don't see him all over social media or the news, do you? No. Truth, peace is quiet. Anger, dysregulation, ignorance is loud. Think about that. Who are you following? The way of enlightenment and peace is not gained by assuming authority and guidance over other minds, but by exercising a law of authority over your own mind. And this is another thing she said. You want to fulfill your highest potential when you can't even manage your lowest potential. How are you doing? Take inventory. Fearless, moral inventory, baby. Step 4. You don't even have to be in a 12-step program to do the 12 steps. I encourage everybody to do the 12 steps. Step number 4, fearless moral inventory. Look it up online and do it. It's gnarly. It's what separates people from healing. I'll tell you that. In recovery, people either do step 4 or they chuck it and they leave it. It's like the bump. If they don't get over step 4, they give up or it's not for them. It's very humbling. It's a raw, honest look at yourself. Take a fearless moral inventory of your character defects, of the illusions that you're involved in, judgments, criticisms of yourself and others. Once you take that fearless moral inventory, you're humbled. You realize, how are you doing? Look at the results in your life. They don't lie. Have you been in denial? Where are you at? How many years have gone by and you haven't seen results? There's a version of you in here, but there's another version of you out here. Be honest with yourself. What's the separation? It can be really hard. But if you can't even fulfill and succeed in the potential you're at right now, if you are not succeeding in the potential and the place you're at right now, what makes you think you're going to do any better at your highest potential? And I'm talking to myself too. If you can't be thankful and grateful and fulfill the place you're in right now, whatever job you're in, whatever relationship you're in, whatever city you live in, whatever car you drive, whatever clothes you wear, if you cannot fully embody that with full confidence and a strong backbone, what makes you think you can handle anything greater? You will never be given the next great thing if you cannot fully embody where you're at right now. That was a huge lesson for me. So this is the last little paragraph. A man's life proceeds from his heart and his mind. Here we go. Let's get our little diagram, people. I left my pen over there. All right. So a man's life results, the results in our life, a man's life proceeds from his heart, his subconscious mind, his heart and his mind. He has compounded that mind by his own thoughts. He has compounded that mind by his own thoughts, the thoughts that go in. Remember, our conscious thinking, what we repeat over and over and over and over and over, become our mind and our heart, becomes who we are. As a man thinketh, so is he. So a man's life proceeds from his heart that has been compounded by his thoughts, by his own thoughts and deeds. It is within this power to refashion that mind by his choice of thought. So you can change your thoughts. What's coming in? What's coming in? What are you getting emotionally involved with? What do you repeat over and over and over and over to get in your heart? And then that's where your life proceeds from. In this manner, he can transform his life. Let us see how this is to be done, to be continued. So remember, we are receiving thoughts and information and experiences from the outside world into our conscious thinking mind. Once it's in there, what are we continually feeding and repeating and nourishing and planting in this soil of our subconscious mind, which is our heart, which is our psyche? And from here, once it's here, it's going to come out into our life, into our result, into our real world. So look at your result. If you want to change this, you got to look what's here. What's here was what was here, and repeat it over and over and over and over. And what's in here is what you surround yourself with out here. What are you exposing yourself to? Who are you hanging around with? What books are you reading? What accounts are you following? What habits do you engage in? This is so good. So a man's life proceeds from his heart and his mind. He has compounded that mind by his own thoughts and deeds. It is within his power to refashion that mind by his choice of thought. In this manner, he can transform his life. Let us see how this is to be done. Chapter 3, Formation of Habit, to be continued on Monday. I love James Allen. He is my spirit guide. I hope you enjoyed that as well. Have a wonderful weekend. Be conscious this weekend as you relax or you do activities or whatever you do. Look at the results in your life and ask yourself, how did I get here? Is this where I want to be? And if it's not, that's okay. You can change it. You can refashion all the results in your life. If you need help with that, message me. I eat, breathe, live this stuff. It's my absolute pleasure. I do it every day. And so I don't say, let me teach you. I say, come and study with me. Come and study with me. I have a very powerful, powerful 6-month program. No social media. Sobriety hopefully is key, but no pressure. 6 months of messages over and over and over and over so you can reset that and change the results in your life. What program are you running? Remember, if you are not running a program consciously, if you don't choose a program, one is running you. And don't be fooled. The ones that are free are not good. You get what you pay for. If you aren't paying anything, you aren't getting anything. It's all illusion. Don't kid yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't betray yourself. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday.